That one's a tough one. You know what? I think Cody Garbrandt's going to have that title for a long time. Cody Garbrandt, he's got great wrestling. You know, he actually wrestled around my area, Newberry College, with Carl Reed. Actually, they wrestled together. Yeah. So and he's got heavy hands, very heavy hands. He touches you with any one of his hands, he's just going to put you to sleep. TJ Dillashaw's got the cardio, man. That guy's in and out. He's very fast, but I think he's going to have a hard time with Cody Garbrandt's boxing.
Ooh, man. He got a lot of, I guess, they know each other. That's all I can say. They know each other. So it's going to be funny to see what happens. Usually, typically, when you know each other, you know each other's habits. I don't think Cody's going to back up at all. I don't think TJ's going to back up, but it depends. Whoever used to get the best of each other in practice, I think that's what it comes down to. So, yeah, that's what I was saying. Whoever gets the best, used to get the best of each other in practice, because I know they don't train anymore, but, you know, if Cody used to get the best of TJ in practice, he'll remember that. And there's going to be particular things that, they're going to be particular situations he don't want to be in. And, you know, Cody hits really hard for his weight class, really, really hard. Everybody seems that. So it should be quite interesting.
Oh, boy. I got ties to both of them. So it's kind of, look, I'm going to go with Cody on that one. I think he got that thumper, boy. He got that thumper, and he believe in it. So I think if he can crack him, especially before TJ get warm, get his feet set. You know, TJ do move his feet around a lot. I don't know. I think that Cody might be able to crack him.
I actually like Dillashaw. I think that the one thing, you know, that's always is Dillashaw is a little bit older. I didn't realize until the other day. I didn't realize Dillashaw was 31 years old. I didn't realize that. But I think he trains smart and keeps his body healthy, and obviously, you know, eats right, does the right things. You know, I just think Dillashaw is more well-rounded. I think he's more well-rounded. I think he's better trained. I think Ludwig is a better striking coach than what, you know, they have at Alpha Male. And I think that, you know, he has the college wrestling background. I think that Garbrandt will pretty much be able to neutralize that, as far as I don't think it's going to be a grappling battle. But I think that Dillashaw can outpoint him and win a decision.
That's a hard one to call, because style-wise, I think Dillashaw can catch him with a kick, but also Garbrandt has the power in the hands. So I think, I think the one who makes this fight like more complete game, like put him down, like scramble a little bit, control him. So I think that was going to win, like, because I don't think this fight, Garbrandt can finish a fight with a punch. I think that, but also Dillashaw is hard to catch. So I think the one who bring like more like takedown and try to make like a point fight and try to mess with the other one head probably is going to be the one who's going to win. It's hard to call.
That's a great fight. That's a great matchup. I'm going to go with Dillashaw just because I think that he mixes it up a little bit better. And a lot of his stuff is situated around takedowns. You know, I mean, a lot of his stuff is, you know, a lot of the same looks, but he's shooting takedowns. He's throwing his head kicks. I think he mixes up stuff a lot better. But, man, I'll tell you, I said the same thing about Garbrandt. I thought Cruz was going to run him over. But that was a phenomenal fight. And I was looking forward to that fight. You know, it was kind of, you know, but I'm going to stick with Dillashaw.
I think Garbrandt's on, I don't know. I just think Cody's on a different level these days. I think that him and his team do a really good job of breaking people down. And even if he's not, quote unquote, the best fighter in the fight, he definitely does a good job of figuring out how to beat people. So I would say Cody, I mean, especially if you go with the common opponent thing, I mean, he kind of walks right through Dominic Cruz without any problem. And, you know, TJ and Dominic had a pretty close fight. You know, that could have went either way. So probably Cody.
You know, but I've gotten a lot of flack for my pick in this one. I'm picking Dillashaw in that one. I think Garbrandt's got a great style, and I was very impressed with the way he looked against Dominic Cruz, because obviously Cruz has been very dominant in his career thus far. I just think that Dillashaw has a little more speed, a little more pop, and you know, they've worked together before too. These guys are going to hit each other, so it's going to be the one who lands the better shot. And I think Dillashaw has a great chance. Just all the crazy stuff he does, his footwork, the switching, things hit you where you can't see him from. And Garbrandt's great, and he's got a great set of hands, great head movement. But those kicks come from everywhere with Dillashaw, and he hides them well. So I see one of those getting through and hurting him. That's my pick. I like them both, though. I like both guys.
Oh man, I think that's gonna be a dynamite fight. Stylistically and stuff like that. Obviously, with all the history of it. But like I said, those are both guys I know. But if I had to, I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's a pretty evenly matched fight, honestly, stylistically. Cody being a boxer, usually kickboxers do well against boxers for the leg kicks and stuff like that. But like I said, they're both super freak athletes and both amazing fighters. So I'm just looking forward to watching that one.
Oh man, that's gonna be a good one. I love the 35ers. The action that the 25ers, 35ers, and 45ers bring is just like second to none, especially those two guys. I'm gonna go with Cody for sure. What he displayed against Dominic Cruz and just being composed and sticking to his game plan the entire fight and not deviating from that and being able to land the shots explosively and as powerful as he did. I think he'll be able to pull that off against TJ as well. So I'm going to go with Cody for sure.
I don't give a shit about either of those two guys. I'm hoping for a double knockout.
Yeah, that fight is probably one of the most exciting fights I want to see this year, aside from Ferguson Lee, which is tonight. I can't wait to see that fight. But Garbrandt, Dillashaw, there's a lot of mental warfare going on with that. I think Dillashaw's actually got more well-rounded skills altogether, but Garbrandt's one of those guys that, like, in the fight, he just knows how to find your chin. I think Dillashaw is going to be a little more tactical. He seems to be a little more patient these days. But eventually in the fight, I feel like his emotions will get to him, and he'll get in that firefight with Cody. And I think Cody's going to end up touching him in the chin somewhere in the later rounds. But I think Cody will get it done TKO or KO.
I like Garbrandt in that one. I think he'll be too much for TJ. So I think, I don't know. Garbrandt's on another level still. I guess he showed that against Dominic, but I just think if TJ had trouble catching Dominic, then he's definitely going to have trouble catching TJ. So it'll be exciting though.
That's another one. I can't pick. I can't wait to see how it plays out because they know each other, they train with each other, and they're both exciting fighters. So it's gonna be another tough one to pick.
Man, everybody over here keeps talking about Dillashaw, man, but I don't know. I don't see it. I know that Cody's got a lot of pressure he's putting on himself. You know what I mean? With all this trash talk and stuff. But if he puts on a clinic like he did against Cruz, then I don't see how Dillashaw's going to beat him. But we'll see.
That was a tough one because they've trained together, and if they had never trained together, I think that Cody would be at a pretty big advantage because I like what he did against Cruz, the way that he kind of made Cruz come to him, and he used good punch. He didn't really match Cruz footwork for footwork and stuff. He kind of made Cruz come to him. He held the center, and I think he's probably going to try and do the same thing with Dillashaw. I actually think that Dillashaw is going to outpoint him. So I think that since they've went together before, I think Dillashaw kind of has a good understanding of his game, and I think probably Dillashaw will stay on the outside and outpoint him.
Oh man, Cody Garbrandt's an animal. Just goes out and looks for the finish every fight, and TJ is more of like a strategical kind of fighter. So we've seen Cody just knock people out left and right. So I'm probably taking Cody on that fight.
Man, I really got to train with TJ Dillashaw, and I'm very impressed by his work ethic, And Cody's been having a lot of trouble with his back, so I don't know like how healed he is for his back injury or whatever. But I know one thing is that they're both going to be very prepared, and the guy who fights the best that night is going to win, And I feel like TJ wants that belt so bad, so bad. He's going to be fighting tooth and nail to the bitter end, and Cody hates him so much that he's not going to quit easily. And I feel like It's going to be a tight decision to the end. I'm going to give a slight edge to TJ, just because of how I've seen him prepare for other fights. One time he came to TriStar for a week. I mean, like the way I've seen him prepare then, if he does that all year round, he's going to be very dangerous fight night.
I've thought about it. I've thought about it a lot, and you know, I watched TJ fight Dominic, and then I watched Cody fight Dominic, and obviously Cody looked a lot better against Dominic than TJ did, even though I still thought TJ beat Dominic in that fight. I actually watched it live, and I've probably watched that fight 6 times, and every single time I thought TJ won. But I don't know. I think Garbrandt, you know, is probably going to catch him. I think TJ's probably going to win more rounds. I think Garbrandt can catch him. I've seen TJ get dropped before in fights, so I'm gonna go with Garbrandt in that fight.